Hello everyone and welcome to the final lecture in this section where we study the final impulse wave or fifth wave. Wave 5 travels slower in terms of price change compared to wave 3. We studied that the chances of fifth wave to be an extended wave increases when either wave 1 or wave 3 are normal or wave 4 is an irregular correction. While termination of correction in wave 4 confirmed by price action is a trade entry to catch the last impulse wave, an even better opportunity is presented upon termination of fifth waves as the larger ABC correction begins. Therefore, as an Elliott wave practitioner, study of subwaves within wave 5 becomes an important skill. Let's study wave 5 characteristics through an example. We're looking at Euro and New Zealand dollar chart where fifth wave turned out to be an extended wave. This is because both wave 1 and wave 3 were normal, hence increasing the probability of extended wave 5th. Our buy entry to fifth wave would be where price terminated near the Fibonacci retracement zone for wave 4. Ideally, you will place your buy stop after first retracement following a price reversal. Guys, in later parts of this course, you will study how trade entry methods are designed to enter the markets at the best possible price available. And finally, the stop loss would be just below the low of wave 4. Before I conclude this example, I want you to notice how wave 3 was the second largest impulse wave and not the shortest of 3. Because otherwise it violates the wave count as per Elliott wave guidelines. Let's finally look at another example where we study what we have learned about wave 5 sequence so far in this section. Firstly, we understood how wave 1 in a new uptrend starts from a significant price low. Second, we studied that wave 2 can never exceed the starting point of wave 1 as per Elliott wave principle. Next, as you see here, wave 2 and wave 4 corrections follow the principle of alternation. While wave 2 here was a simple zigzag, wave 4 turned out to be irregular correction. We also studied that wave 4 can never overlap the price region of wave 1, which is also proved right by the price movement on this pair. And finally, wave principle says that wave 3 can never be the shortest among 3 impulse waves, which is also true as wave 3 traveled farther in pips compared to both wave 1 and wave 5. Remember guys, it can be shorter than one impulse wave but cannot be the shortest of all impulse waves. Guys, this also brings an end to section 6. Please rate and review this course if it is proving to be a helpful course for you. This will also help other students to make a wise choice if they think it is the one for them. In the next section of this course, I teach you my very own approach of labeling Elliott waves on any forex pair.